So I'm trying to figure out in this movie why the Mutos were bad, but then in this movie, they're like, no, let's protect Titan X, let's not kill him, let's not kill her, even though it's pretty much the same thing, if not possibly worse. After surviving Godzilla's attack on San Francisco, Kate is shaken yet again by a shocking secret. Amid monstrous threats, she embarks on a globe-trotting adventure to learn the truth about her family and the mysterious organization known as Monarch. So hey guys, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts, my overall review of Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. So I finally got around to checking out this show, and my overall thoughts, I'm glad we're getting this content. I'm glad we're getting more Monsterverse content in general. I think it's great. There's things I liked about the show, there's things I didn't like, and let's get right into it. The good first. Let's start with the good. The Kong scenes were excellent. Kong is teased at the end of Season 1. You see him, and I thought he had some really cool scenes. There's one where he's sleeping, almost rolls over, kills some of our human characters, and I thought that was an excellent scene. There's a scene where he sees Kentaro in the woods, growls at him. I thought all of the CGI was just excellent with all of these monsters, and especially for being a TV show, I thought the standard was really high, and especially for other TV shows I've watched. And we see his cool attack scene at the beginning. We see him fight Titan X at the end, obviously. We see him chase Titan X after coming out of the portal. And I really thought that was cool seeing Kong back on Skull Island. And the timeline's a little weird for this movie, but I loved all that. Now, another big positive is Titan X, the main monster. Titan X is obviously the main draw from the trailer. And while Titan X is not like my favorite Titan out of all of them, and didn't completely blow me away, I thought Titan X was a really cool design. Had some cool scenes, had kind of some personality, because Titan X was not just a rampaging monster destroying everything mindlessly. It seemed like Titan X had a connection with Kate. I did like the fight scenes, as far as Titan X is kind of like a Kraken type monster, so I liked the fight style. I don't like how they cut away from the fight so much, but the Kong versus Titan X was cool, Godzilla versus Titan X. And the Titan X scenes in water were really excellent as well. I love the way that Titan X stands up, growls. Very unique design for sure. Another big positive, something I just wrote down, was the Godzilla scenes, in particular his introduction. I thought seeing him sleep on the bottom of the ocean is so cool. I loved the scene in King of the Monsters where he's swimming in the water, and so I'm glad they gave Godzilla more water scenes. I think there's some of the cooler ones. And at the end, there's a big tease, spoiler alert, for Rodan coming back. I thought that was an excellent reveal at the end. But some other positives also are, there's some heartfelt moments, obviously, with Hiroshi's death in episode 5. I thought that was very heartfelt. I thought the Kate character kind of caused a lot of this stuff, and that's why I know they were all trying to open the rift, but she is the one that pressed the button. So there are certain points where I'm kind of thinking, well, you know, it kind of is Kate's fault, because she did press the button. And now she doesn't want to kill the thing as it's running around. But that gets into my negatives. Why don't we go into the bad? Why don't we get into the bad? What I didn't like with this show is just the trend recently that they keep making the Titans good. I just think from Godzilla x Kong, they make Shimo kind of this like friendly pet monster that isn't bad. It's only being mind controlled. Now we have Scar King being bad, but once again in this, they tease Titan X like it's this big threat, but then they make it this gentle giant that doesn't want to hurt anyone. And I'm just like, okay, at a certain point, we need to get back to monsters that are monsters we know can fight, and actually get some kill shots and actually have a plot where there's a villain. I know a lot of movies have been going the route of just that the villain ends up turning good, and I know this Titan is just trying to reproduce at the end of the day, like it's trying to lay an egg, and that's all it's trying to do. But then again, let's go back to Godzilla 2014. The male and female Muto, that's all they were trying to do. The Mutos were just trying to reproduce also. The problem is they were going to destroy the Earth if they did, with millions of Mutos flying around. So I'm trying to figure out in this movie why the Mutos were bad, but then in this movie, they're like, no, let's protect Titan X, let's not kill him, let's not kill her, even though it's pretty much the same thing, if not possibly worse, with what Titan X could do, or a bunch of Titan X's running around on Earth. Now, I know they had plans to put her in the rift, but earlier in the show, that was not even mentioned. So that was not even relevant at that point. Another negative is the cutting away from fights. There's some really cool fights here, and build-ups to them are excellent, like Godzilla coming out of the water, and then Titan X lining up on the beach. They just need to stop cutting away. There's so many fights in this movie that they're really cool, and the visual effects are great, but they keep cutting away, and it definitely affected the show for me, just how much they kept cutting away from these scenes. For another negative is, probably my biggest negative in the show is the introducing new characters that have these major plot points. Now, I know in a show, you have to introduce new characters and have new plot points, but we're dealing with a show here that is connected to a movie universe. So it's just like with the MCU, I don't want to go into a movie thinking that I have to watch the show in order to understand. And that's the problem with this show. You're casting characters that have not been in the movie universe. So when you introduce a character and then you expand on that character and say, now she is the only one that knows how to do this specific thing, that is this major plot point affecting the entire world, this entire world, is a problem, because then you either have to have that actor or actress like star in the next movie, or you have to address it in the movie. So it just leaves a lot on the next movie. And when you have a connected universe, it's just a dangerous game to play. I think that you can make these shows expand on the universe and have new characters and explore stuff that has happened. But when you introduce new characters and you have them have these absolutely major plot points that, well, only this character can do this one very special thing, or this character just invented this brand new system that can control the Titans, I think that's a dangerous game to play, because then when the movies come out, you're going to have to address it. And I just think stay smaller scale. You can introduce new monsters, and that's pretty much what they do, because Titan X gets teleported in the rift, and then at the end of the show gets teleported out. So it's like that monster really, you could pretend like that monster never existed. If the movie wanted to, you could pretend like it never existed in this world. And I just think when you're dealing with a connected universe, you gotta be wary of those things. And I don't like introducing major new plot points that affect the entire connected universe, unless you're willing to really dial in on that in the movies. Overall, though, I think this was a cool show. It was a cool addition. I like seeing Kong in there. Had a lot of cool scenes. And the fight scenes I thought were really excellent. The overall choreography, the CGI was really cool. I thought the CGI was up to standards. I was very impressed. All the Titan X close-ups were pretty detailed. They were really impressive for a TV show, I must say. And then at the end, you see the tease of Rodan, obviously. So does that mean we're getting Rodan back in the movies? I'm not sure. I just hope they bring Behemoth back personally, because that's a Titan that I've really wanted to see. Then you get a lot of cool monsters introduced. You get a lot of new ones that I have not even learned most of their names yet. You get these caterpillar creatures. You get these weird ostrich-looking creatures as well. On Skull Island, you see some callbacks to monsters you've seen, because there's a lot of callbacks between the Bill Randa, the old version back in the day. You also get the Shaw character that ends up talking to himself, which is kind of a crazy moment because of the rift. But I thought there were some cool connections there as far as them going basically back in time and him talking to himself. I thought it was actually a pretty cool scene. I did like that a lot. I'm glad we got this show. It was entertaining. Am I going to act like this is a perfect show or the best show I've ever seen? Not even close. I think this added to the universe, got some more cool monster action. I wish they didn't cut away as much, and I wish they would just focus on having a monster that our monsters can fight. And do I think we're going to get season 3? I hope so. I don't know if I'm going to have Apple TV at that moment, but I'm definitely excited for the monster movies coming up. I'm glad we got this content, but make sure you let me know down below what you thought of this show. And if you think we're going to get a season 3, make sure you let me know down below. And as always, I will see you in the next video.